We discussed when a person wants to perform his salah, and how does he get that concentration with which that something can start happening. Which Allah Ta'ala says in Quran, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. That believer who performs a unique salah, and he has found every part of success. Falah, Allama Raghib Asfahani Rahimullah would say, in the Arabic language there are many words for many things. For the word lion there could be over 1,000 words. It's not like English, that you got one word for one thing. It says in all the words that mean success, the one that encompasses every type of success is this word falah. So here Allah Ta'ala says falah has been written for a person who can perform a unique salah. How to get that unique salah, there will be a couple of things to understand, couple of misconceptions to remove. But on the beginning, the first thing in to get a good salah is to have a good wudoo. If the wudoo and the istinja is not right, then the salah is not going to take place. So starting with istinja, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught that you must be a little bit worried, concerned about your urine drops. That don't just go to toilet so fast and come out so fast. That little that was left in, it's still dripping. And you're already making a wudhu. Don't rush so much in the matter. And on the other side, don't be so extreme in the matter that you put yourself in a shaitan net. That you always feel something's coming out. Which Mawlana Ashraf Ali Thanwi Rahimullah used to speak a lot about urine drops, to worry about it. The fuqaha would explain there's something called istibra. Istibra means to put a little force, either with your finger to rub a little on your private part, or to press slightly down, to push your stomach a little in, to try to get out that last one drop. To take some toilet paper, put it there, it will suck it in. But then when one student told him that I'm doing it now but I'm getting thoughts, so he told the student that you don't bother about your thoughts. After you've done it, then even if you feel something coming out, what you do then in your underwear, you put a toilet paper, but you carry on performing your salah. After the salah, you look at your toilet paper. If it's dry, it means shaitan is trying to put you in doubt. Here there are two extremes. One is the one who doesn't bother at all about urine. He just goes in, comes out, whatever messes. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, I saw the person in the grave getting punished because he wasn't bothered about urine drops. Have a little worry about it. Don't be dirty. Whenever you enter in a toilet, see around. Don't be just like in and out. Islam is a very pure religion. And on the other side, don't be extreme also in doubts. You do your little bit, you have a little worry. Be a balanced person. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam explained the practical Islam. In that practical Islam, it was explained that even if on your body in the ending, on your clothing, there is a few drops, but that drops came out first, your wudu took place second. But that drops remain, few drops, it's less than what we call the inside of the palm. And normally it will never be more than that. So he says, Allah has made those few drops maaf for you. It's forgiven. Because it's not easy to always protect yourself. You get a fly, it landed on dirt. In the past they never have like our chain system, all the dirt would go. So the fly would land on dirt, it would land on the person. But Islam taught to be pure. As far as possible, try to abstain from every single drop. If you're sitting on the high toilet, then look at it, easy, dirty. The best will be the low toilet, nothing even drops up, nothing splashes. To be a pure person. But don't ever fall in doubt. When you start noticing that you're always feeling my wuzu is broken, then start thinking that shaitan is attacking me, I mustn't give in to shaitan. Now when you said to make wudu, many of us have understood wudu is the flowing of water. Rather, wudu is the rubbing of water. And there's a major difference between the two. One is flowing water, means you just open the tap and you put your hand like that. All that water is flowing. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's wudu would take place with about just over half a liter of water. What we will call about 600 mils. Just over half a liter. Now how that wudu would take place, it would be with rubbing water, not flowing water. Meaning the best would have been that you make it from a lota, from a bucket, but nowadays it's impractical. We don't have that system in the wudu khana. So So how you make a proper wudu is, you open the tap slowly. Little water must come, not lot water. Because when lot water flows, many a time it leaves certain parts dry. You will see in the winter, after you made wudu, you will still see here it's white. Because the water flowed over it, it never touched it. So what you do, little water you need. Flowing water in wudu, the ulama have explained, is when that water reaches your hand. The first part that is first is the face. But before the face, first you're going to gargle the mouth, you're going to put water in the nose, and then you're going to wash your face. So when you take that water, the main is the face, the first part. For gargling, everyone knows how to gargle. For putting water in the nose, everyone knows. But now when it comes to washing the face, how much water do you need? A little bit water must be dripping from the tap. It will gather in your hand. When it gathers in your hand, it's going to be dripping from between your fingers. As long as it's dripping water taking place, this is called flowing water. Once this hand touches the face, other water will still be dripping. Now from the time it touches the face, as long as it doesn't leave the face, on the face, now you start rubbing. So you will rub nice and hard. This is your first wash of the face. You got it, it had there. Once you've touched here, don't let your hand separate. As long as the hand doesn't separate, this is called water suitable for wudu. So you do a good rub. You rub everywhere. You rub. There's no water now. The water is little bit, 1-2 drops. It dripped out before it even reached. As it was dripping, you touched here. 1-2 drops dripped. This water is sufficient for wudu. You do a good rub. As you're rubbing, you will see, you will start making subhanallah. You will make durood sharif. You will read some dua. You will read the sunnah dua. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Because you're rubbing. You're not just throwing. There's one wash done. Then you take water again. Little water is coming out from the tap. Again, you give a good rub to your face. Again, you give a good rub. 3 times are finished. Now you're going to wash your hand. There's no need to put the whole hand here and carry on. Rather, the easier way is to take water like this. That little water is dripping. It gathers in your hand. When it gathers in your hand, you do this. As you do this, the water will start going. Little water will start going. But because this hand had water, once it touched, don't separate it now. Now you start giving a good rub. As you rub, you will see, you will make subhanallah, you will make durood sharif, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Rub nicely. One rub is finished. Then you take second hand. And you will see very fast you can learn how to make wudu. It's a rub, it's a good rub. Because that water is there. You grab the water third hand. You put it here and you rub nicely. There's no lot splashing taking place. You haven't messed your whole bathroom up. You can make wudu in the aeroplane. In that small basin of the aeroplane. And you will see in the ending there will be a couple of drops. You never mess the whole thing, you never flood it. Then you take that water and now you start. So the law of the water of wudu washing is that when it's coming to the lump, it must be dropping. As long as few drops are taking place, once it touched, now you carry on using that water. As long as this hand doesn't separate, sufficient. 1 time, 2 times. Thereafter to make masa doesn't even need flowing water. It just needs a wet hand. So you put your hand under the dripping water, you go like this here, it's a wet hand, and now you make a nice masa. You can make masa exactly like this, how I have done. One hand, your whole hand is like this, it will go 1 time, there's a masa done. And then of the ears and of the nape. According to some ulama, for the ears take some more water, new water. Imam Abu Hanifa rahimullah was of the view that the water of the head and the water of the ears are sufficient. So whichever one. But you made your masa of the head, you made masa of the ears, you made of the nape.
Sorry to interrupt. Can you mention the beard?
I mentioned the beard just now.
Oh.
So then the masa is finished. This is the first farz was the face, the second farz was the hands, and then was the masa of the head. Masa of the head is done. The other way some ulama have mentioned for the head is you can do like this also. You take 3 fingers this way. Thereafter, this part wasn't used. You only use the fingers going to the back. This part wasn't used. You use that to come front. Then this and this wasn't used. You put this finger in, you put that finger out. You do it like that. Whichever way you do it, the masa, as long as water, a wet hand goes over. You don't wash your head. You don't give a bath to your head. It's just a wet hand passing. Your masa is done. It's a very simple wudu. And thereafter, you're going to wash your feet. Again, for the feet, you don't have to flood the whole bathroom area. Your feet doesn't even have to reach the basin. In the aeroplane, that thing is so small that I don't know how the feet will reach there. So a lot of people don't want to make wudu there. But if that same foot is put over the toilet is big, and you got little water in your hand, you just bring it and you put it. Once it touched the foot, now you start a good rub. Now you rub everywhere. As long as you're rubbing everywhere, you don't need water flowing now. As long as it was dropping before it touched, it's sufficient. Rub nicely one time. Then you will take again, you will rub nicely second time. Then you will rub the third time. Then you will go on to the other foot. In between you will make the khilal of the inside of your feet to make sure water reaches there. Wudoo is a very simple procedure as long as there's a lot of rubbing. You will see after that you will just feel full of noor. That this wudoo made me feel different. Why? Because there was no wastage of water. Little water and you will see barakat. Then he asked, what about the beard? And what about the khilal of the fingers? And khilal of the toes? So whatever is part of the body, that khilal will take place when you're washing that part of the body. So the first place you're going to be washing is the face. After you gargled and you put water in the nose, after you finish washing the face, then if you got a thick beard that you can't even see your skin through it, then the same washing of the face is called washing of the beard. That beard which is part of the face. And if it's a thin beard, like my beard, then you make sure you rub inside. Because the inside skin must get. So it's a good rub. If it's a thick beard with a good rub, the thick beard will get washed. If it's a thin beard with a good rub, the inside will get washed. As long as you're rubbing. Then you got the flowing beard, this beard. For this beard, all you have to do is that you will just take water in your hand and you can go like this here. As long as the hand just goes to separate it, you can do this way, you can do that way. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Hakada amarani Rabbi." Allah commanded me to do this also. Meaning, although it's flowing, it's not part of the farzus wuzu. Even a little bit water to touch here also. That was the khilal of the beard. Khilal of the fingers, when you're doing this here, and you wash your hands nicely, you wash your other hands nicely, then you make your khilal, right hand, left hand. Meaning to make sure water went there. Khilal of the toes, you wash your leg, in between you make your khilal of your toes. Meaning whatever limb is being washed, make the khilal at the same time. You will see when you're rubbing, couple of things will happen. One is because it's taking a while to rub. You will start making tasbihat. You will make Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. You will make Subhanallah. You will make Alhamdulillah. So if you're making wudu where there's a toilet, then the dhikr of Almighty Allah, don't make it. Make it in the heart. And if there's no toilet there, then you will make Allah dhikr loudly. Before the wudu, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, read Bismillah. There's a long dua that Bismillah walhamdulillah ala deen Islam. That Bismillah and oh Allah, I thank you. What a Islam you gave me. This wuzu, nobody else in the world got it. Only we got it. So say Bismillah. If you don't know the whole dua, say Bismillah. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the effect of that Bismillah will be that not only will the outside limb become pure, but every sin that took place with the limbs which you are washing and with the limbs that won't get washed, Allah Ta'ala will take you out of the wuzu purified. Meaning all your sins will drop. Your sins will drop. Allah Ta'ala at some times in life opened up to people who are able to see sins dropping. Imam Abu Hanifa rahimullah at one time in his life, because he was a man of a very great level of sainthood. And in that era they never used to eat what we used to eat. So Allah Ta'ala a lot of times opens up to a man of deen, a lot of things which others don't see. And doesn't open up all the time, it's just a slight opening to another world and it closes. So he had the view at one time that when you're making wudu, the water that drops, nobody else must touch that water. It's dirty, filthy water. It will mess you. But later on then when they discussed it with the students, he retracted from that view. But when he explained the reason why he held on to that view for so long, he would explain when he saw someone making wudu, he saw that sun falling with that water, which had made that water so dirty and filthy. So Usman radiallahu anh, someone came in front. He said, I actually see that zina dripping from his body at that moment. We all know what zina we make with the eye. So because he had made wudu, water drops were still there. He said, I can actually see that zina dripping off. So all that guna falls. Make a proper wudu. When you're rubbing, rub nicely. That, oh Allah, I want to be pure in front of you. See, wudu, we think it's a very small water issue. But remember to come in the masjid. Nowadays it's open game, that's why. But we all know we are dirty entering a very pure court. And you have to think about this. That for any man who's dirty who enters my small house,
I will not be happy with him. And I will tell the man that you're coming to dirty my house, you rather stay outside, I'll come see you there. Don't come in my house. The masjid we all know is the house of Almighty Allah. How do we purify ourselves to come in this house? So Allah Ta'ala said, oh my servant, I'm not making life hard for you, but wudoo. Make a wudoo, come nicely. That wudoo purifies in and out. Come clean. Now when you enter, no angel will tell you a dirty thing, get out of the masjid. You are pure. The barakah of wudoo in the year after will be that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, I will recognize my ummah because their body parts will shine, which no other nation will have that shine. The Sahaba radiallahu anhu asked, what will give that shine? He said, it will be the wudoo of my ummah. There will be a shine that will be made. He said, like you see these horses, how we can pick up that one horse from all the others because its color is different. He said, I will pick up my ummah on the day of Qiyamah from all other people. So they asked how? He said, I find them shining. There will be a shine here, there will be a shine there, there will be shine. What will make the shine? Wudoo. So when you're making wudoo, think of that. That's the benefit in the year after. The benefit of wudoo in this world is that shaitan can attack a man who is not pure. And we're living in an era of shaitani attacks. One is the jinn attacks, which everyone complains about. But more to worry about the jinn attacks is the poisonous shaitani attacks. Shaitan is attacking the mind of people through your television, through your internet, through your telephone, through all the adverts we see. It's a shaitani lobby where they put a message in. That message has to go in the mind and it has to filter in the heart. But when a man is pure, shayateen feel very hard to approach because they look for dirt. That is why they made the whole system of the world. That as soon as the child went to school, they taught him their own istinja system. Which Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he came, he had to teach about Jannah and Jahannam. He taught Sahaba radiallahu anh how to make istinja. What was the reason? That if you're not pure, you're the target of the shaitan. You have to be pure. So in the Western world, they will teach a person, you go toilet, don't ever use water. It's dirty. How can water be dirty? But they teach it. So what they teach to use toilet paper. That's what your child would have learned in school. If there was no Islamic education, you will be using toilet paper. What does toilet paper do? What does water do? When your urine and stool comes out, it comes with a terrible germ. To kill that germ, only two things can kill it. One is water, one is sand. Certain times there's a dog, the saliva of the dog is also that poisonous. That is why Islam said that the dog is a lovely animal. But because of that saliva, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave a command, empty Medina Munawwara out of dogs. Because it's going to be dirty, the angels are not going to be coming. And then he gave the command, don't keep a dog. Then a shepherd came, he said, I need a dog. He said, you got permission. Somebody else came as a guard dog, he said, you got permission. But you got permission means it's not light. Try to avoid it because that's saliva. Now when that saliva had to touch a glass, then how do you clean that glass? Because it's poisonous, there's a germ there in that. So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if a dog drinks from a cup, then you wash that cup lot times, about 7 times. He said, finally as a precaution, take some sand and throw it on that cup. Why sand? Today scientists will understand that in sand there is a certain what is called antibiotic, or whatever you want to call, a killer of that germ. It's in sand. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam showed Sahaba radiallahu anhum one method of istinja was the mud cloth. And when you use that mud cloth on your body, it kills that germ. But today we can't use that mud cloth. So today our only option is water. Toilet paper will never be a substitute. Because toilet paper polishes, it doesn't kill. When you go to make number 2, and there is no water, then ulama have mentioned you can take toilet paper and just rub. But never ever think it's okay. Meaning you will be pure, your salah will be accepted. As soon as you find water, clean yourself. Because the water will kill the germ. Toilet paper will not kill the germ. Toilet paper will just rub away the dirt and polish the rest in. So water, use water. The world schooling system will teach don't use water, use toilet paper. Why? They want the person to live in dirt. He polishes, that germ remains in the body. That same person at night is going to take a shower. Islam taught the system of a shower, a bath is flowing water. They don't ever let dirty water gather. The Western world would teach when you're having a bath, have a tub bath. Meaning fill it up with bubble bath. You put lot of your whatever Mickey Mouse and Goofy, whatever you got your bubbles. Now you got a lovely bubble. Now when that young boy or girl lies in and he thinks I'm having a swim, this is no swim this. As he lies in, he forgot that he polished his behind today. Now all that germ, that dirt which was there, got stuck on his skin. Now when he lies in that tub, it all comes. But because the tub is so white with all its bubbles, you can't see what's there. And as you lie, you say, then all that dirt moves on your body. It settles. Islam taught be pure. Little water you need to be pure. You don't need lot water, but flowing water. Let the water go away. Don't ever stay in stagnant water. It will make you dirty. So the world was going to teach dirt. Islam was going to teach purity. And if you're pure, shaitan can't come close to you at all. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was walking. He came out from istinja. A sahabi radiallahu anhu said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. To make wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah, you don't need wudoo. To read Quran, to touch Quran, you need wudoo. To read Quran, you don't need wudoo. To sleep, you don't need wudoo. To enter the masjid, you don't need wudoo. To perform salah, you need wudoo. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to reply to salam, never needed wudoo. But he never replied. He saw a wall, he walked up to the wall. By the wall he went and he made tayammum. Tayammum is you hit on the wall, you just rub your face one time. You hit on the wall and then you rub your hand, much faster also. But tayammum got conditions. You can't make tayammum if water is nearby. But for that action which doesn't need wudu, you can make tayammum anytime. So Nabi also made tayammum. After tayammum he turned back, he said, Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. He said, I disliked taking the pure name of Allah in a dirty condition. What was that tayammum? It is called half tayammum. With that tayammum you can't perform salah because water was nearby. But with that tayammum you pure. What they say, half a loaf of bread is better than none. That when you can't be fully pure, be half pure. So never live dirty. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam taught, you go to your wife at night or you became dirty. Now you are very tired or there is no water, you don't want to take a ghusl. He said, don't sleep dirty. If you can't make the full ghusl, make half a ghusl. Half a ghusl, he said, at least go in, wipe out the dirt from your body. Then wash your hands, gargle your mouth and put water in your nose. Half a ghusl at least. Because shaitan attacks through hair. And he likes the hair by the nose. That hair he uses to attack. The hair on the head he uses to attack. That is why it was taught, whenever you're going for istinja, somehow or the other cover this hair. Don't ever go into a toilet with your hair open. Shaitan stays in dirty areas, meaning those evil jinn. When you go into evil areas, they search for hair to attack. So when you have to take a ghusl, if you don't want to take whole ghusl, gargle in the mouth, put water in the nose. Learn to remain pure. How much you can stay. We'll end with this one waqiyah. When I read it, it kept in my mind for many years. Mujaddid al-Faisani rahimullah was a great reviver of Islam. He did unique things in the land of India at the time when they thought Islam will be wiped out. It was generations after his time. One alim went out and he saw some boys, they were playing sports. So he shouted them, he said, it's time for salah. Quickly go and make wudu. We haven't got much time left, go make wudu. So those boys started walking to the masjid. He said, where are you going? Go make wudu first, because they never have water at the masjid. They had to go to a side path. So that young boy turned and looked at him. He said, we are of the progeny of Mujaddid al-Faisani. He said, in our family, not a single boy passes any part of his day except that he has full wudu. He says, we don't remain without wudu. We live with wudu. Young boys. We must learn that also. Make a fast wudu, but learn to be with wudu. When your wudu breaks, you must feel edgy, that I'm not clean now. And go and try and make a wudu again. Allah Tabarak Ta'ala grant us.